The social issues, I get asked about them a lot. You know, what I've tried to portray myself as a candidate who's running because of the fiscal issues. I think it's important that you have a focus, that people know what you're all about and why you're running and what they should expect.
And I really appreciate that, and that's obviously where you have your expertise.
Mm-hmm.
But when you'll be a congressman for either 2 years, 4 years, or 6 years, you know, assuming you keep your own term limit in there. And you're going to have to vote on other issues.
Sure.
What social issues of the day? I know people they asked you yesterday about the abortion issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a hot issue in New Jersey, and it's now nationally too. Gay rights, gay marriage has been a hot issue in New Jersey, and gays in the military is a very current issue in Congress right now.
So on abortion, what I've said is as I have in my own life, I think we should all embrace a culture of life. And, you know, my view is that there is something more powerful than the law, and that's the personal conscience. And if we can enhance the factors that promote life, promote the desire to sustain life and keep life, that's a great outcome. That's the way I've lived my own life. The question is, in the public sector, should we change the law? And what I've said to that is that I would like abortion to be rare but legal. I don't believe in, obviously, late-term abortions, partial birth abortions. I don't believe in the federal funding of abortion. But I have also said that I don't believe that we should change the law.
Okay. Yesterday, you told the Independence Tea Party interview, you took it a little step further. You said desperate people find themselves in desperate circumstances.
Sure.
And then you say, and then right after you said, well, it shouldn't be federal funded. And you kind of tried to tie it into the economy. If people are prosperous, they're not going to have to make...
Well, I mean, one thing that is clear is that changing the law will not stop desperate people from making desperate decisions.
Right.
I mean, there's been plenty of personal tragedies that we all either know about or have heard about where people took matters into their own hands. So I would rather focus on the causes. I do believe that a society that is characterized by increasing economic anxiety will probably lead to more abortions. And that factors that promote family, promote economic growth, economic vitality will probably lead to better decisions. So I think that there is a linkage, even if it's a loose one.
Okay. And why should it be legal?
I'm sorry?
And why do you think it should be legal?
No, what I've said is that the law currently should not be changed.
Okay. Why not?
It seems to be the will of the people. Certainly this is something that reasonable people can debate.
Right.
The question is, how do we reduce the number of abortions in America? There's, in my view, way too many pregnancies in America terminated by abortion, and I think we're a better country than that.
And you don't think making them illegal would reduce the number?
Would reduce the number of abortions?
Yeah, if it became illegal, you don't think that would reduce the number?
I think that's an interesting argument. I mean, if somebody is motivated to have an abortion, would they have that abortion anyway? Would they find a place to do it?
A lot of it I think would depend. If it's,
what do you think?
I don't really know. I think if someone can go to Planned Parenthood down the street and get it relatively easily and for no money because it's legal, and if that kind of an operation were not there because it was illegal to have it, I think changing the law would reduce the number of abortions. I do agree with you, though, that what is required is really a cultural shift. I agree with you that the bringing a culture of life and valuing of life back into our society, and I believe that government is not the only access, nor should it be the principal access for cultural changes. I think the family needs to do that. I think religions have failed miserably over the during our lifetime in terms of their influence on our culture. and certainly the media and entertainment. I think you need both. I
Right.
do think that if we made abortion illegal, it wouldn't stop abortions, just like prohibition of marijuana hasn't stopped people from
Right.
doing marijuana, but they wouldn't be able to walk.
Well, just to be clear on this, I don't like abortion.
Mhm.
I don't think anybody likes abortion. And how do we work together, because there are strong opinions on both sides of this debate, to reduce the number? I mean, we've been successful as a country in reducing teen pregnancy. Okay, so how do we take those same cultural reinforcements, whether it be the churches or the communities or the families, to promote the culture of life? That's my goal.
Right. But still not change the law.
I haven't gone to that point.
You haven't gone to the point of changing the law yet, but it's something you've given some thought.
I think about every issue
Yeah.
all the time.
Mhm.
I think it's important to talk to people who don't agree with you and hear
Right.
what they have to say. But, you know, what I've said is that I want it to be rare but legal.
Yeah. I agree with you on rare. I still haven't heard your justification for it being legal though.
Well, obviously, this is a long discussion as to why it should be legal or why it should not be legal. A lot of it has to do with the origin of life, the point at which life begins. You know, these are long discussions which are really important ones to have. But I think that's where the argument.
Okay, so
That's the dividing line.
I would say, so would it be safe to assume from that you do not believe that life begins at conception?
I am studying this issue as everyone is,
Uh-huh.
and I don't have a decision on that.
Okay. Good, but I imagine you'll be studying it more, because I know,
Sure.
you know, somebody like Mitt Romney, I believe him when he says he studied it and changed his position.
Mhm.
You know, and the science is available, and, you know, good, I look
Well,
forward to
the
hearing.
science, the science gets better, and this is something that I think is important enough that we all think about.
Uh-huh.
But again, you know, what I have said, which I will stand by, is I do think there's something more powerful than the force of law, and that's the force of personal will and conscience. And I would like, those are easier to address, I think.
Yeah, so but if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying you want to keep it legal because you haven't studied it enough to keep for the science for when life begins.
Well, say it this way. The question is, should the law be changed? Okay? So the question is, can we assemble enough evidence to prove that it should be changed?
Okay. Good, and for you, that really would be a matter of science, not a matter of principle or a matter of faith or a matter of.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm asking. Yeah.
No, I think again, I said this is a very complex issue, and faith and
Above your pay grade,
science.
or to quote candidate Obama.
Well, look, I mean, there are good-minded people on both sides of this issue. So I'm not sure that this is an issue that you and I can resolve sitting here and talking here, but it does touch on public policy, it does touch on faith, it does touch on reason, personal experience. I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into any candidate trying to have a reasoned opinion on this, you know, very divisive issue.
Okay.
And I'm navigating it as best I can.
Good, and I appreciate the work that I believe that. I appreciate the work that you're putting into it.
Thank you.
What about the current issues on homosexuality? Where would you stand on gay marriage and gays in the military?
So on gay marriage, I believe that marriage is defined as between a man and a woman. I don't have any problem, to me there's an issue of semantics here, I don't have any problem with two people of the same sex joining in a civil union, but I don't think that that is a marriage.
Okay.
Gays in the military, I really think that that is something that should be left to the military chain of command. I'm not sure why you and I are debating that, because it really has to do with the issues of military cohesiveness, preparedness, and unity. So I'll leave it to them. If our military chain of command says, that we should change the policy, then I would side with that.
Okay. Good, fair enough. Well, you said you had to leave at 2 o'clock. That's 5 minutes.
Okay.
Is there, I really do appreciate the,
Thank you.
and it's gonna be an editing job because you and I can kind of spent this time getting to know
Sure,
each other
sure.
and rambling a bit. But I've enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And is there anything that you'd want to close with before, you know, to the more Monmouth View?
I would just say that the Republican primary is June 8th. I'm working hard to get everybody's support. I won't get everybody's support, but even if you don't vote for me and I win, I will listen to you, I will work for you, and I will try to change the direction of our country to restore American prosperity and liberty. So thank you for your interest.
Thank you for coming, Scott.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.